Very good morning, guys. Once again, let us move to the topic of administration. We will continue the topic of administration of Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji, the map of Alauddin Khilji, which I think by now it may be familiar for you because you have seen this map quite often in this chapter. Those who have textbooks, please see this map and try to locate the important places which I explained you. Yadavas of Devagiri, Kakatiyas of Warangal, Kakatiyas of Warangal, Rani Rudrama Devi, the famous movie of Anushka Shetty. Kakatiyas of Warangal, a fantastic history to definitely an inspirational history of Kakatiyas of Warangal. Tanjavur we studied, of course, related to Cholas, and we also Cholas of Tanjavur or Pandya, Chela, Chola. These are all the great dynasties which ruled the medieval Indian history. Alauddin Khilji's administration, we are going to study about Alauddin Khilji's administration. Now, Alauddin Khilji, even such a great administrator like Alauddin Khilji, was a failure in many places. Like he could not control the provinces for a longer period of time because of various reasons. But when you compare Alauddin Khilji with Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Alauddin Khilji is considered as a successful king in comparison to Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Control of large empire was very difficult from Delhi for a longer duration. It was very difficult to control Delhi, control Bengal, control Kakatiyas of Warangal, control Devagiri, control the Cholas of Tanjavur for a longer period of time because reaching that place quite often is very difficult. Try to understand today. We understand this because I am unable to go to Kerala because of pandemic COVID. You are unable to visit your favorite places in the holidays because we are suffering because of the pandemic called COVID. Now imagine those days. Of course, there was no COVID, but transport was not on horsebacks. Traveling on horsebacks for such a longer distance was not so easy. That's the reason why once the military expedition was over, once the king is out from that particular place, the locals, they declare their independence. That's why controlling of these provinces for a longer period of time was very difficult. Many regions declared their independence there after a short duration of annexation of sultans. Many kingdoms, Kakatiyas of Warangal, Yadavas of Devagiri, they were all declared independence the moment immediately after a few days when the annexation by the expedition or annexation by the sultan was over, they declared their independence as independent kings. That is what happened. It was very difficult to control Gangetic plains due to the forest areas. Don't think that it was very easy to control Gangetic dogs and all these places. It was very difficult to control, venture into these areas because of the huge forested area. So it was very difficult to control for a longer period of time. But still I am saying, out of all the Delhi sultans, the two were able to successful in this was Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq controlled the above mentioned area quite for a longer period compared to the other kings. The duration was of course quite long, but if you take the historical point of view, it is a short duration of control. So even Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq also, they were able to control these areas for a shorter duration. Why shorter duration? Because of the attack of Mongols. Let me explain about this Mongolians. If you type in Google, you will get the details about Mongolians. Mongolians were the tribals. Mongolian tribals they were physically very strong, and Mongolian horses are very strong horses. So those days, imagine today a person who got a vehicle of 1200 or 2000 cc can travel faster than a person who got a bicycle, isn't it? Those days, a person who had a good breeded horses, definitely he can reach better because those days horses are considered as one of the fastest mode of transport. So Mongolians, they were of course known for breeding of very strong horses. So because of this horse, they were able to attack continuously on India. That is also one of the reasons why you can see huge China wall was built. They could not protect themselves from the frequent attack of Mongolians. So Sultans of Delhi was also suffered. We studied that from 1226, Tomara Rajput, Chahamanas, Khiljis, Sayyids, Lodi. How many sultans controlled Delhi in a shorter period of time? Shorter in the sense, historical shorter. Maybe 300 years. If you take 300 years period, 300 periods, in the 300 years, almost 5 dynasties ruled Delhi. Every dynasty of which ruled Delhi faced the problem from the Mongolian attack. The Mongolian attack was one of the major reasons for administrative changes by Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Take for example, recently you may be watched in the news and all, Indian government deleted Chinese app. Why? Because we had some problem in Galwan Valley. Galwan Valley, why it's called Galwan Valley? It is named after a person called Galwan, because he was a person who was helping the people of mountain expedition. So he is a person who could trace that particular place called Galwan. So it was named after him, Galwan Valley. There was a problem in Galwan Valley between the soldiers of India and soldiers of China. Of course, Indian soldiers were greatly, they martyred during this problem. As a result, what happened in the recent days, you can see a lot of discussion is going on Indo-China relation. What is a diplomatic, or what are the diplomatic efforts? That means the general level talks were on between the two armies, or even the government level talks are on between two armies. But still the government of India had taken one step ahead. What? Strike. That is digital strike. Digital strike means government of India ordered that Chinese app should be banned. Economic, that means if you are banning a Chinese app, you are giving an economic blow on that particular country. So this is what strategy, what today we follow. The same way, those days kings were also follow the strategy. Why they followed the strategy? They followed the strategy to protect themselves from Mongolians' attack. What is the strategy? Strategy, Alauddin Khilji constructed a garrison town called Siri, and he kept his soldiers inside that garrison town. Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted the people from a particular place and kept the soldiers in that. This is the steps taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. Why? Why? Because they want to protect their kingdom from the Mongolian attacks. So attacks from Mongols were responsible for a downfall of Delhi Sultan. Can you recognize this personality? He is Genghis Khan. You may have heard of Genghis Khan, isn't it? Genghis Khan, who is Genghis Khan? He is a great Mongolian leader. Genghis Khan was known for invasions after invasions. Expeditions, invasions, military expeditions, capturing, looting was his hobby. Because I told you, the Mongolian area was a terrain, hilly region, economically poor country, but physically stout, strong. So what they used to do? Mongolians or Genghis Khan used to attack neighboring nations, plunder the wealth, bring out the wealth, and construct a beautiful capital city for him and taking care of his people. That is the. So Mongolians attack. The leader of Mongolians was Genghis Khan. Now let us move to the comparative study of administration of Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. Please go through this. Okay. We are going to study about Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Let us study Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji, Delhi was attacked twice. Means during the period of Alauddin Khilji, Delhi was attacked by whom? Mongols. Attacked in 1300, 1302 to 1303. As a defensive measure, Alauddin Khilji raised a large standing army. So Alauddin Khilji faced the attack of Mongols twice during his administration. So to face the attack of Mongols in the later days, he made a permanent army in his particular place only for the purpose of facing the attack from Mongols. Alauddin constructed a new garrison town named Siri for his soldiers. So he constructed a town called Siri. Garrison town we studied in the previous lesson. So garrison town was raised and soldiers were kept inside the garrison town so that the soldiers are ready to face Mongol invasion whenever the Mongol is attacked. Let us see what Muhammad bin Tughlaq has done. Once again remind Muhammad bin Tughlaq, infamously called as Mad King of History. Infamously called as Mad King of History because Muhammad bin Tughlaq had a fantastic ideas, but he was less worried about is these ideas realistic. Whatever idea comes to your brain, immediately he is to implement. But once implemented, he used to understand this was a failure. Now imagine an idea comes to you that I want to fly. Idea is good, fantastic, but that doesn't mean you are tying a huge wing stripe and making an effort. That is a failure. Futile, madness, isn't it? Like that, Muhammad bin Tughlaq had a fantastic ideas, but ideas were unrealistic. That's very important. The Sultan's attack in the early years, Muhammad bin Tughlaq reigned in this period. The Mongol army were defeated. Muhammad Tughlaq, confident about the strength of his army and his resources to plan attack on Taxan. Taxan is Mongolia and Afghanistan. He therefore raised a large army. The same step taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq also. He also raised a huge army to protect from Mongolian attack. Now there is a difference. Alauddin Khilji kept them in a fortified town called Siri near to Delhi. What he has said? Muhammad bin Tughlaq, rather constructing a new garrison town, he kept those people in Delhi Huma. This is a place where people are staying. Residents were there. He made the residents to vacate from that place. And once the residents are vacated from that place, soldiers were kept in that particular place. Now you see, you are vacating a permanent settled people from a place and keeping your soldiers there. Problem not over. Problem what will do with these people who are vacated. Now what he done? The vacated people he shifted to Daulatabad. Daulatabad is nothing but today's Aurangabad, which I told you. It was called Devagiri. It was called Tughlaqabad or Daulatabad. Same. It was renamed as Aurangabad by Aurangzeb. Now imagine traveling from Delhi to Aurangabad. It is almost 1,000 kilometers. Today you can travel because of the train and aircrafts and all. You can travel. But imagine those days. Shifting people from Delhi to Daulatabad was a failure. That's why he was called as Mad King. So the residents of old city were sent to the new capital called Daulatabad in south. Second, Alauddin Khilji. The soldiers had to be fed. This was done through a produce collected by as a tax from the land between Ganga and Yamuna. The tax was fixed 50%. What Alauddin Khilji has done? Alauddin Khilji started collecting tax from areas of Ganga and Yamuna belt. Ganga and Yamuna belt, why? Because Ganga and Yamuna belt rich because of the water supply. Farmers were able to produce crop because they got abundant supply of water. Now, naturally, when farmers were able to produce, they are happy to pay the tax. Of course, it's an exploitation. He was collecting 50% of produce. Means if you produce 10 bags of rice, you have to pay 5 bags of rice to the Sultan. Of course, it is very higher. Today, if 10 paisa increase in the petrol price, people shout. Imagine, this is the condition. But then what is the step taken by him? The step taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, that he also collected the tax to give salary to his army. But his collection of tax was from the people belongs to his capital and in and around. Means he did not made a place separate for that particular purpose. The people were asked to pay the tax which they were burdened. The situation became worse because when there was a famine, there is an absence of rainfall, there is a worst situation of drought is called famine. When there was famine, still Muhammad bin Tughlaq collected the tax. Imagine if someone is not having anything to eat, you are putting your hand to his pocket and snatching whatever money left. Do you think he will love and appreciate you? Definitely not. Same that condition. Now move. Alauddin Khilji. The soldiers had to pay it. Alauddin chose to pay the soldiers' salary in cash rather than iktas. We studied about it. Ikta means a piece of land given to governors or generals. The person who was looking after Ikta was called Iktadar. Isn't it? Previous lessons, Iktadar. Now, what Alauddin Khilji has done? Alauddin Khilji, instead of giving lands to the soldiers, he paid salary in the form of cash. You know, Alauddin Khilji allowed them to settle down in a town called Sindhi, in and around Delhi. Now, when the soldiers were received salary in the form of cash, definitely they have to purchase items for their survival and consumption. So they used to purchase items from the local merchants. Now the local merchants were also regulated by the king. Means merchants are not supposed to sell for a higher price. Merchants were supposed to sell their products, the price fixed by the Sultan. Now what happened with this? What Alauddin Khilji issued the salary given to the soldiers. If the salary goes to the money goes to the traders for the purchase of goods. Traders make transaction and business. For that, traders pay tax to the king. Economic activity is over. You are making your soldiers happy by giving them salary. Soldiers are spending money. Traders are giving tax to the king. So it is a circulation of money. That is the step taken by Alauddin Khilji. Muhammad bin Tughlaq totally failed here. He introduced a funny thing called token currency. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, instead of using gold and silver coins for circulation, he minted a token currency. It is called paper currency, but it is also a leather currency. It means taking a leather piece and stamping on that and using this leather piece as a currency. Now imagine making a leather piece currency is very easy. That is what today we are suffering. When you give 2000 rupees currency to a shopkeeper, he will see this like this, isn't it? What is he doing? He's checking, is it a fake currency or not? So today we are suffering because of fake currency. Now imagine this kind of system of fake currency was started during this time, because when he introduced token currency, most of the people in his kingdom, what they done, they kept them gold and silver safely inside their home and they started minting, printing or making the currency which allowed Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced and giving this currency to the people. That means people started making their own token currency and giving that token currency. That is the real failure of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. What is the third one? Alauddin's administrative measures were quite successful, and why Alauddin Khilji's measurements were very successful? Because he made a town called Garrison Town, kept his soldiers in Garrison Town, paid them salary, soldiers spent money, traders paid the tax, circulation was on. He was very happy. Because of that, his administration was successful. That is what Tarikhs or Tawarikhs explain. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was a failure. One, shifting of people from Delhi to Daulatabad. Shifting of people from Daulatabad was opposed. Because people cannot travel 1,000 kilometers those days taking all their belongings. How it is possible? Not possible, isn't it? So that is what. Second, introduction of token currency was a failure. Because people started minting currency. Imagine, everybody started minting currency in their home. What the government of India will do? It's a failure. Another one, collecting tax even though there was a famine, drought. That was too cruel from the side of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Attack of Kashmir was another failure. When you study European history, we study about the great Napoleon Bonaparte. Every successful king or every successful leader definitely come across one or other weak steps. Napoleon Bonaparte's failure started with the expedition to Russia. Imagine you don't know anything about Russia and you are planning to travel Russia in the winter. You know, in Russia, winter, what is the temperature? You know, it is minus 45 degree. Minus 45 degree. Imagine a situation when Bijapur becomes 3 or 7 degree or 5 degree in the month of December. Imagine your situation or our situation during NCC parade, isn't it? NCC parade or during the PT and games. So chilling moment. Imagine 43, minus 43. So Napoleon Bonaparte soldiers died because of the climatic condition, not by fighting battle with the Russian soldiers. The same way, Muhammad bin Tughlaq's attack on Kashmir proved very foolish because that led to the failure of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Attack on Kashmir, introduction of token currency, collecting tax during famine, shifting of capital from Delhi to Daulatabad or Devagiri, or today it is called Aurangabad. So this is a comparative study of Alauddin Khilji's administration as well as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Go through this, it is there in a textbook. Please study. And why? Why we have to study? Some of you may get their mind. Why should I study Alauddin Khilji's art? Why should I study Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Why you should study? Tomorrow, when you completed your education, you may be also, definitely you are going to take high positions in the society. You may become administrators, officers. When you become administrators, even a small step taken by you, you should think 100 times. When a small step taken in the administration by you, should think that I am doing the right way. Because if I am doing the right way, then 100 of people get benefited. If I am doing the wrong way, definitely 100 people will curse me or it will become failure. So before him, you see, Muhammad bin Tughlaq thought that, okay, vacate people and ship the people to Daulatabad. Beautiful to imagine, but is it real? Possible? Like that? Why we should read Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Because he was infamously called as mad king because of his policies. So when you grow up as an administrator, you should not introduce such policy which is futile or which is waste policy, so that people start calling you as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So that is the reason why we have to study. Children, try to understand, nothing in life is waste. Nothing in life is. Don't think this is good, that is bad, this, that and all. This subject is good, that's it. No, nothing in life is waste. Everything got its own value. Everything got its own value, isn't it? Imagine one shirt button is gone. You are starting 10 or 15 minutes left to reach assembly. A small button, isn't it? At that time, if you know the stitching skill, definitely that will save your life at that time. That is what we say. Nothing is useless. Everything is useful. So please understand, everything got its own beauty. Like that, every subject got its own beauty. Read the subject, understand the gravity, so that you can be a better human being. Children, once again I request, please spread happiness in you. Happiness. I know you are all locked down inside your homes. We are also suffering. We are also locked down, isn't it? You see, I am standing and teaching. nobody is there in the class. In my teaching career, this is a new experience to me. I am keeping a mobile, my laptop is there. I am keeping my laptop, I am keeping my mobile. I am talking to you and nobody is there physically. But still I have to be. That is what life is all about. So we are also praying as early as possible. You come back to school, we will definitely sit together and learn in a very, very happy atmosphere. But till that, it's my request to you, please write down all these points. If you write down your points, if you keep your notes in a proper way, your notes is a weapon, isn't it? Your notes are weapon so that you can fight a battle called examination. But please, once again, if you have not started writing down the points, go back through all the videos, because all those videos are there in my YouTube link. Go through all the videos of YouTube link. Once again, sit and write down the notes so that you can understand chapter in a better way. You can compare chapter notebooks as well as textbook, and you can read so that you will be happy, safe and tension free. Take care. I will meet you in the next class.